Hey guys, Richard at Riding Zoom here, doing my video in my living room this time, so why not? As you can see, I've got the background footage behind it, so more Doctor Who on, and that is the DVD intro on episode select screen, main menu, so yeah. Still doing series 1, it's a little bit late because I watched the video yesterday afternoon before work and got back and just couldn't be bothered to do it at night time. But I was thinking I did enough, and my dog's trying to get in the way, so it's a bit more entertaining of a video. It's Albie. Oh, enjoying the leather jacket, are you? Yeah, last time I wore this leather jacket this is the Chris Rockeston Series 1 finale. Yeah, I'm going to do, for every series, do something a little bit different. So maybe the Sonic Screwdriver in the next series, because my friends at McDonald's got me out years ago. I don't know where it came from. Someone either left it there. It weren't a Happy Meal toy or anything, as far as I know, but I don't mind. It's a pretty cool one. So yeah, on to the... Oh, where are you gone now? Yeah, I've got a new mat, so Abby loves it. Yeah, but doing who's clipping in the morning is much better. Okay, so yeah, on to it. So, Series 1 finale, episode 13, part 2 of Bad Wolf. This one's called The Parting of the Ways. Now, this is an absolutely amazing episode. So, always love this one, and it's still one of my favourites of all. I'll elaborate on this more when I've done other reviews in the future. But yeah, this is just absolutely perfect. This finale feels like it's got real stakes to what's going on. So yeah, this episode ends. Daleks have got Rose prisoner and they're planning their attack to obviously attack Earth and kill everyone in there. So Doctor and Jack immediately rescue us, fly the TARDIS in, and says they've got some shielding set up which protects them from the Daleks, even when they land on board and materialise with a Dalek right next to Rose. So Jack blows the Dalek up, but the shield protects them. So yeah, it's quite funny how they walk out and the Daleks immediately overfire the Doctor, and like they shots just bounce off his invisible shield, which protects people as well as the TARDIS, which is pretty funny. But yes, on to the serious stuff. It turns out these Daleks will survive because the Dalek Emperor, he has appeared in old episodes, I can't remember which ones, but yeah, his ship somehow survived the Inferno the Doctor set off, which ended the Time War, killing all the Daleks and Time Lords. It was a bit of a cheat that they got out, but to be honest, the Daleks had kind of come back. They had survived no matter what, and these had to be from the Time War in some way. So yeah, the Dalek Emperor effectively rebuilt the Dalek race. They, over like hundreds of years, in like the shadows, picked up the, as they call it, the waste of humanity and turned them all into Daleks. Pretty grim. They say how they like removed anything human. They just wiped. What was it? They said only one cell in a million is said to be Dalek or something. Yeah, they just basically turned humans into Daleks, and these Daleks are now religious fanatics because the Dalek Emperor thinks he's some sort of god. Doctor realises these Daleks hate their own existence because they've basically had to use humans to live, which is like the worst thing they've ever wanted. So yeah, these Daleks are worse than ever. Doctor just leaves with them. Daleks like furious and plan their attack, and it's amazing. Again, I love Chris Rockeston's acting. There's an amazing bit when he's like inside the TARDIS, just crying at the door as he's realised everything's happened was really for nothing. And yeah, so they have to protect the game station. Again, we're pretty going to start the entire episode bit by bit because it's such a great one, much like Bad Wolf. But yeah, B1 is a sad episode. This is brutal. It's a like killer. Actually, everyone dies. The sheer opposite of the the Empty Child episode where everyone lives. This is the complete opposite. So yeah, one by one the Daleks just slaughter everybody. A bunch of people refuse to leave the game station, like Roderick, the guy with his weakest link, is like demanding his money. There's like some sort of like shuttle limit where they can't evacuate everyone. They warn the Earth, but the Earth again dependent on what's coming from the game station, just simply ignore them because just instead all the shows have been shut down. And yeah, the place's defences, they put a shield up so they can't be shot out of the sky, and the Daleks can't teleport on, they still physically invade. And all they do, so the bottom floor where a bunch of people refuse to go, of course, Jack tries to get an army, a bunch of people refuse to admit the Daleks are there. Again, it's what I like about being in the future. People know who the Daleks are, unlike modern day Earth, and of course, at this point in time, the Daleks have simply just, they've been a threat to humanity, but they've just disappeared. You know, people such as Roderick and the Daleks have disappeared and don't really exist, and of course they do, and yeah, the worst thing is, rather than just attack the people who are putting up a fight, because Jack gets army of, I don't know, 50 to 100 people, first thing they do is slaughter all the people that stand no chance. It's pretty nasty. I mean, you know, that Roderick guy may be a complete dick, but it's pretty terrible watching him. Those begging for his life, shouting out the side shouldn't be there. And yeah, when they kill everyone. They gradually work their way through all the people who are fighting, like one of the managers from the game station. All various other the various extras, The guy who had kept the recording and the woman he works with, who he clearly had a crush on, he admits that like when they survive, he'd like to ask for a drink. She like subtly agrees, and yeah, sadly they don't make it either. The Daleks do have weakness. They've still got those force fields up that the one Dalek had, and yeah, his shot actually gets through, hits it in the eyepiece. But yeah, then they're all killed one by one. It's pretty nasty. Linda with a Y, she refuses to leave because she doesn't want to leave the Doctor. Again, clearly a romantic thing going on. Oh, Rose gets jealous, and yeah, she gets killed as well. It's really sad. Like the side of the station she's on, which is like an observation deck, they try to blowtorch their way through the door, and they can't because it's reinforced against meteors, but the window on the outside isn't. It's sad as hell watching the Dalek flashing at its eyepiece, exterminate because they're in space and can't hear it, and yeah, when it like shoots the window open, oh god, the look on the Doctor's face is just tragic. And yeah, and of course then it leads to Jack, who's the last man standing. Well, all this time the Doctor's on the floor 500 trying to set up this weapon that will kill every single Dalek. He can basically turn the game stations Satellite 5 into a gigantic weapon, and it will kill every single Dalek once the beam goes off, but its range covers the whole Earth, so he's going to kill everybody. Everyone on Earth will die. So, yeah, like the Doctor says, there are colonies of humans out there. He won't kill the whole of humanity, but this will kill every Dalek, and it's the decision the Doctor's got to make. Effectively, it's the same as what he did before. Does he kill every human to kill every Dalek? And yeah, that's what the decision he's making. Everyone's fighting to buy the Doctor time. He realises, he may get the weapon complete, but there'll be no chance of refining it, so it can choose between human and Dalek. But yeah, of course, the Doctor, knowing how hopeless this, sends Rose home, and it all comes to a head where Jack is the last one saying, well, Doctor actually finishes the weapon and decide whether to use it or not. And this is the bit that I disliked. So you've got Rose back in present day. Amazing scene. The Doctor tells her he wants to keep her safe. It's an amazing bit when his hologram is like talking. She's not. She's out of his life, and then he kind of just turns to look at her. It's an amazing moment when he just tells her to have a fantastic life and do that for him. And yeah, then this is my problem with again Mickey. Mickey clearly had enough. He walked down Rose once and for all in the episode Boomtown. But then when he hears us, he comes running. So okay, maybe Mickey's just there as a friend because he sees the state that Rose is in. But again, he comes running when he clearly had enough 2 episodes ago. It's like, this makes me wonder about that Boomtown. I was looking into it last night. I'm not saying anything suggests it was a last minute episode of that there was a writer change, but it feels like they just flip his motivations over and over, because he even talks later in the episode about them, Rose to have a real life with him, not the Doctor. It's again pushing this romance thing. Rose finally said there's nothing for him there, thank God, but I warn you, this will come up again. So yeah, basically, Rose realises she doesn't have to go back to her normal life, which of course she doesn't think she's better than now, but she thinks that having a chance to do something different, she's got to take it. And it's a nice little speech, and yeah, Mickey helps. Jackie doesn't want to help, but when Rose tells her that she met her dad, the girl Jackie saw when her dad was dying was her. Jackie then helps as well, gets a big truck which Mickey drives, and they're able to break open the heart of the TARDIS and look into it. And this is not a Deus Ex Machina moment, or it certainly feels like it, but we saw from the Boomtown episode, again, this is following up on that, Margaret, the Slovene woman, looked into the heart of the time vortex and restored to a pure form. Rose basically does the same thing. They manage to break the TARDIS open. The Doctor sends it back on a permanent lockdown. They're able to open it. Rose looks into it, gives her the power to go back and get there. So yeah, it's basically she's flying back right as Jack is the last one fighting against Daleks. And God, this is also so sad. Jack doesn't survive. Rose doesn't get there in time, and Jack makes the last stand, complete of ammo. I love it. He doesn't back down or anything. They basically say externally, he's like, yeah, I kind of figured. Come on then. And yeah, it's sad as hell watching Jack die like that. But yeah, that's this exact moment in the year 200, 100. Rose is unaware, and the Doctor's the only one left. Only one Susan I in the show's history, I think, that did that, and it's probably the Cave Sanchezani with Peter Davidson. What the hell is on down here? Let's pull the TV out. Yeah. Watch this if you've never seen it. Great episode. So, yeah, Jack doesn't make it, but Rose gets there. The Daleks got the Doctor surrounded. He can fire the weapon, but he can't. No matter how much he wants to wipe these Daleks out, he can't. We just have to do something so terrible again. Except that the Daleks, or they're going to harvest humanity. They're not going to harvest the Doctor. He's just going to be killed, as he's he is the heathen. Well, the Dalek Emperor is a god. It kind of gets funny at times. Actually, the Dalek Emperor deluded is thinking he's like the god of all things now. But yeah, the main thing is Bad Wolf. So the word Bad Wolf appeared a couple of times in the show. You think, it's just coincidence. Then it kept appearing, and you realise, okay, something's up. Turns out Rose used the word Bad Wolf to send them back in time using the Heart of the TARDIS to ensure she would get to that point. It's a nice little, clever little reveal. And it's what, like, obviously Davis, the showrunner, there's basically one word that becomes very important. It'll happen again and again and again. So yeah, it works really well. Rose basically has full control of the power of the TARDIS and wipes out every Dalek. And yeah, it's amazing watching it. And again, this is the future, so there's no quick fix. The Daleks were wiped out, but humanity is in complete ruins. Rose has effectively saved the universe from the Dalek race. The Doctor tries to, tells her to stop. She can't get her the power, and actually brings Jack back to life. And, so Jack just wakes up like gasped with breath, shock at what's happened, and then the Doctor, he takes the power out of her and leaves. He saves Rose from what would kill her, and just abandons Jack there. It's pretty sad watching Jack run around the corner, see the TARDIS dematerialise is really sad. Just the look on his face. But yeah, apologies, not the last one to see of Jack. I don't think that's really too much of a spoiler. But yeah, basically, what happened, the Doctor... there's a nice little moment actually when the Doctor removes the power from Rose, kisses her to take power out of her at the same time, puts back, he just seems like happy, like he's at peace. And yeah, he takes Rose away. And then this is a great reveal, though. It's a shame that it happened so soon. The Doctor begins to regenerate. He looks at his hands, you see this glowing going through his veins. So it turns out, yeah, while the power of the time vortex in Rose would have killed her, it will also kill the Doctor, but he's the time that he can regenerate. And this is what I love. This is the... blimey, nearly 12 minutes. Told you to be a long one. Yeah, the Doctor tells Rose what's going to happen. Now, in Old Doctor, it's never happened. He just regenerated like it was no big deal, and no one had a clue what was going on. So most companions were like, okay, cool. But yeah, Roses, I've never seen anything heard. Because again, a lot of Doctor's time was spent in the future, so a lot of his companions were modern day, but yeah, either way, the regeneration wasn't a big deal. This is effectively the first time he explains to a companion what's going to happen. And yeah, it's quite cool. So the Doctor regenerates into, I'm sure everyone knows, but as I'm planning to watch Series 2 immediately, I had a good pick. Yeah. David Tennant, the much younger and much more cheerful Doctor. He's got a much more cheerful approach and attitude than the Chris Eccleston one does, because yeah, he's just a new man. And that's the end of Series 1. It ends with the Doctor planning to take Rose to the planet Barcelona. That's my bad impression of David Tennant's Doctor. But yeah, that's it. So I remember watching this. They announced Chris Eccleston's resignation apparently it was a day after Series 1 began, but anyway, it was far too quick. They probably would have leaked it and someone would have found out. So it would be nice if it was a secret. But yeah, Chris Eccleston only lasted 1 year as the Doctor, and there's all sorts of reasons. Some may not be true, some might be true, who knows. It's probably have to look up yourselves. But yeah, either way, Chris Eccleston only wanted to do the 1 year and has never come back to anything Doctor Who related since, which is a real shame. But taking Series 1 as it is on its own, this is kind of like a redemption for the Doctor. He's kind of, whether this isn't 100% clear, he's either the Doctor who committed the horrendous act in the Time War which killed everybody, or he's the immediate aftermath, e.g. the actions were so horrendous it killed the previous Doctor, the 8th Doctor, which Paul McGann played, and then he regenerated into 9, and the trauma was so extreme. People say trauma, really bad trauma can kill you. I've always figured that's what happened, but they've never really explained to him. Maybe Chris Eccleston's Doctor was the one, but either way, this is him dealing with the memories of what happened and trying to not basically be better, not make the same and when it comes to it, not make the same sort of horrible decision again. And in a way, he's quite fortunate that Rose does it all for him using the power of the time vortex. And again, Deus Ex Machina, maybe, but we've seen what the time vortex can do. It's very clear that that's the power of the gods that no one should ever have. And yeah, it makes sense that Rose could massacre every Dalek in existence, 400,000 with just like that. So I have no problem. It's not like a reset button. It's not a switch or anything, which... So yeah, Series 1 does it. I don't see it like that way. And it's the only way it could have ended, really. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. Series 1 finale is still, after over 10 years of New Doctor 2, one of my favourites of all. So yeah, that is it. And again, Chris Eccleston, real shame when he got the one series. I do wonder what a second year of him would be like. I've heard stories that he'd be much more chilled out, kind of like how David Tennant's Doctor is in Series 2, but we'll never know. But I love it. It works really well. I mean, it's a shame that one life has been used up out of the limit of 13 in just one series, for 1 year effectively. But it works well for what it was doing. And yeah, I enjoyed it because it was absolutely amazing. He was just, he was just fantastic, as he even says at the very end. Rose, you're fantastic. You know what? So was I. And yeah, all of this. And he's been absolutely superb. And I'd love to see him return to the show in some form one day. So yeah, so that's it. That's the end of series 1. I may do another video where I talk about ranking the episodes, but yeah, maybe when the whole thing is done, maybe I'll do like a daily thing, rank all series 1, rank all series 2, and then a whole rank every episode order, then who knows. But yeah, that's it for now. I'm going straight on to series 2 now, and even though we watched them last year, my wife's not interested in watching it again. I'm watching myself right now. You can hear the music, it's actually from the disc. I'm going to watch the Christmas episode, as he treat each series as like Christmas episode, including some sticking my daily thing. And yeah, I've also ordered some Torchwood, so I've only got series 3 Children of Earth, but how much Torchwood, this Doctor Who spin-off in years, series 1 and 2, so going to watch those as well after Doctor Who's done. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my series 1 vids. I know this is a much longer video, but I felt like it deserved mention because so much stuff, great stuff happens. So yeah, overall series 1, really, really good. Not perfect. Not every episode is amazing, but there's no truly terrible episode. I think that's its best point, really. And yeah, great characters. Jackie kind of sucks, but you can sort of see why she's that way. She'll be better though in series 2. Mickey, again, loved him at times, but he just keeps on running back to Rose when he really shouldn't. The Doctor, absolutely amazing. He just so authoritative, so like commanding, got his great presence, and Jesus, Chris's acting range is outstanding. It's he's good at like doing the comedy. Clearly he's hiding his pain with comedy, but he's master the pain with humour. But the serious stuff is outstanding. I can't imagine anyone doing a better job at that. Like the scenes with the Daleks, for example, are just perfect. Billie Piper's Rose, amazing companion. Absolutely love her in this series. But I won't love her as much in series 2, and you'll see why. And then Jack, great characters. Just a shame we only had him for 5 episodes. But yeah, it's a superb character. And yeah, just overall great show. And most importantly, my series 1 disc from 05, which I don't think I didn't buy an 05, probably got 07 or 8. Still works, which is great. Netflix now took all the episodes off, but I'm so glad I never got rid of the DVDs because I won't be able to see this right now. But yeah, that is it. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time. Probably tonight. I'll probably upload a video pretty right away, or maybe tomorrow for the series 2 opener, The Christmas Invasion, which follows on straight from this episode. So thanks for your time, and I'll see you later.